Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, dear viewers, and welcome to Success Path, where we explore different success stories. Today, we are excited to have with us a brilliant content creator known for her unique positivity and making video. She is also a brilliant writer. Asma, welcome with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I feel so honored.
Thank you. Now, would you introduce yourself a little bit for us so we get to know you a little bit more?
So, first of all, Asma, 22 years old, fifth year medical student. I wrote recently a poetry book called Under My Newton's Tree, and I also make scientific content from now and then.
Okay, that's very interesting. Dear viewers, I say let's go to the jingle and come back to start our conversation with Asma. So, Asma, can you tell us a little bit about your journey in content creation and what inspired you to pursue this field and this work?
The story of it is actually a coincidence. I have always been a person who is passionate by science. Mm-hmm. So I love to learn. I love to educate myself on any science or a topic that I found.
Topic, yes.
So what I found is actually that the more I teach myself, the more I educate myself, the more I have ideas and the more I like to share them with people. So I started to record myself saying those ideas so that I don't forget them. And when I see them again, I said to myself, like, this can be a great video idea. I can share this with people, and
people would love that.
Exactly. So It started like this.
Okay, that's the idea. Okay, how do you describe your unique approach into creating content?
My unique approach is I always loved. It's like, as I said, I have always been someone who is passionate by science. So when I saw like my peers and the people in our generation and our society that they actually find science and studying pretty boring and pretty not interesting. So I asked myself, why would people find such amazing, interesting thing as boring as that? And when I dived deep into it, I found out that the reason why they found it boring is because the people who taught them the subject did not make them see the beauty that exists in this topic.
They didn't make it interesting enough.
Exactly, they did not make it interesting. So I said that if I make it interesting, if I find a way that I can convey the beauty of science to those people, they will inevitably fall in love with it and they will love it, and we will together make science as interesting and
as it is.
Cool, as it is.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, what kind of topic do you focus on your videos?
My videos are actually, I talk about the things I found interesting, as I said, and it's like mostly on medicine, psychology, astronomy, philosophy, and anything that can help me deal with myself as an individual, and anything that can help me live a better life and may help people find a better way to live.
Okay, so you choose your videos based on what exactly? Like, what's the point you say, okay, this I'm gonna post and this not?
I choose them in, it's like there are some topics that people actually do not find it interesting and do not see the benefit in them.
Yeah.
And so I always say, like, if I make this in a better way, people will actually see that this is a crucial thing to know. This is a crucial thing to have it in your daily life. And I can't always like stop thinking about if they knew that this will actually help them in many aspects of their lives.
Yes, that's very interesting, Asma. Dear viewers, let's go to the jingle and come back after. are back in Journey in Motion. Can you share a memorable video that resonated with you while you were making it or after you have seen it, or just something special that resonated with you?
The most memorable video for me was actually the first video that I made, which was a video on the hormone of love, the hormone of oxytocin. Okay. Why this video is like it's so important for me and it's like it had such a big impact on me. It's because growing up, I always considered myself as a rational, logical person. But then suddenly when I came into the life of adults, into adulthood, I found out that as humans, we're not actually that rational, we're not actually that logical. We do things that it's not so logical and it doesn't have meaning.
It doesn't make sense.
Exactly, it doesn't make any sense. And I asked myself, what can the reason be behind this? So when I dived into the psychology and the neuroscience and the neurobiology behind it, I found out it's actually there's a lot of hormones that it's like they control the way we think, the way we feel, and the way we behave. And the reason why we actually humans need other humans so that we can sustain life is it's like we need other humans as much as we need food and water to live and survive. So for me this was not logical, and when I dived into the science behind it, I found out it's because there's a hormone called oxytocin that drives you to need others and drives you to want to be approached to them. And it's the reason why we need people. It's the reason why we feel loved. And it's the reason why we make connection. And furthermore, it's the reason why we are humans emotional.
Yes, exactly. That's very good. What challenges that faced you during your journey in creating content and also in your writing your book?
Exactly. One of the big challenges, and especially on Instagram, is that people nowadays do not care so much about this kind of informative topics.
Yes.
They actually like the funny, the comedy kind of videos, and this thing irritated me for a while. I said, why we don't use this platform to make
educate ourselves.
Exactly, to make something beneficial. So, and when I started making those videos, it was kind of, I felt that not a lot of people care about this topic, not a lot of people care about this kind of videos. So I was always trying to figure out a way on how to make it interesting and how to make it kind of cool so that people would like it as much as they like the entertaining content.
Okay, that's very beautiful. You are a medical student. That takes a lot of work. You also post content on a daily basis, and you're also a writer. How do you balance all these roles together?
It's actually, I am a multi-passionate person, so it's like I feel like my passion feeds me and my passion empowers me to do it. So like sometimes I feel relaxed by working on those kind of things. So if I studied a lot and if med school was kind of exhausting, I take my rest by expressing myself throughout my writings or making a kind of videos. So like it's a circle that feeds itself. It's like I study and I create, which is the kind of things that feed each other.
Okay, so one completes one another.
Exactly.
How do you believe your content influenced your audience's perception of life, of mental health, and generally their lives?
Sometimes I feel it's not sometimes, but our generation, it's like we are so different from the generation of our parents. So it has always, it's like we always felt that we are disconnected from our parents. It's like they do not...
There's a gap there.
There's a gap, exactly, of internet, of media, of like many things. It's like there always have been like misconnection, and they do not understand us, and we don't understand them. And as human beings, we need that connection. You feel like you need to connect to someone to help you, to give you love, and So, and because I felt that I have always been isolated from my family, the only thing that made me feel better, the only thing that made me feel connected to something and helped me express myself was by learning, was by educating myself on the kind of things that I am struggling with, on my teen years, on depression, on anxiety, something like this. So when I saw that this kind of thing, that educating myself and learning helped me a lot into becoming a better person and healing myself, I said, why not should I share this with people so that they can feel it too, so that it helps them into this too.
Yeah, that's very beautiful of you and thoughtful of you also. What impact do you hope to leave on these individuals, on the people that are following you and that watch your videos?
It always has been like, I always thought, and I am still thinking, that as humans, we have so much more than we actually think we have. If everyone believed in themselves, if everyone really thought and saw that they can be better, they can make change, and they can do something great, they will do it. And we will make this country and this society much better than its reality. So if there's one thing I want to leave on my audience, it is that believe in yourself and be the change you want to see in people.
That's very beautifully said by you, Asma. It was such an interesting conversation. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
You are very welcome. Dear viewers, we have arrived to the end of today's episode from Success Path. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. See you next time, inshallah.